living your best life through the teachings of Christ. John chapter 10, verse 10. First question is to the believers, how many lives do we get? One. This is not practice. This is not rehearsal. We only get one. John 10:10. Can somebody share that verse for us? John 10 and the verse is number 10. Who is the thief? Satan. Satan has come into this world to kill, steal, destroy. That's what he does. He is a SME. Satan is a subject matter expert. He does not sleep. God does not sleep. Unfortunately, you and I, we have to sleep because we're human. Your enemy does not sleep. Your God does not sleep, but you sleep. Now, Satan, be very clear. He has a mission. His mission is to destroy you. Be very clear. And he is good at it. He is good. He is a subject matter expert at what? Look at the verse. Kill, steal, and what I want y'all to focus on tonight is destroy. So I need you to open up your mind and understand that Satan wants to destroy you. And he is not playing. This is real for him. On the other hand, God says, I have come. Jesus says, I have come that they refers to disciples, which today in 2026 refers to us. So Jesus says, I have come to give Christians life more abundantly. So we're going to look at this. We're going to break this down. Satan comes to destroy. Jesus came to give you, grant you, bless you with an abundant life. But it's about choices. Life is simply about choices. We spend our whole life making choices. That's what we do. Now, what Jesus does, he first gave us the first thing you need to live an abundant spiritual life. You need some energy. All human activity requires energy. What do you guys think? That's why we eat, because the food, that's where we get our nutrients from. That's why when you don't eat, you're weak. You eat so that you can feed your cells. That gives your body energy so that it can move, so you can think. So you need energy. Now, spiritually, you need energy. What we found is that the physical runs parallel with the spiritual. So you need energy to feed your spiritual man, just like you need energy to feed your physical man. Let me know if I'm not making sense. When you were baptized, Acts 2:38, you received the download of the Holy Spirit. That's the source of your spiritual energy. Am I making sense? Now, Jesus says, I came to give you life more abundantly. But he first gave you the energy that you need to live the life he wants to give you, because as humans, everything we do requires energy. Tell me if I'm not making sense. Tell me if I'm not making sense. So now, this is the life that Jesus wants to give you. But the thing is, he's not going to make you take it. He leaves that up to you. So if I go to my brother's house, I gave you this analogy before, Brother Irving, I haven't eaten in 6 days. Brother Irving says, Brother Pope, you come over my house, I got you. So he fixes a nice spread. He says, have a seat. I got to eat it myself. He can't eat it for me. He can't eat it for me. He can prepare it, but he can't eat it. So I got to make a choice to eat that food or be hungry. You got to make a choice. You will either obey Jesus or you will starve spiritually. He's not going to make you eat it. He's not going to make you eat it. He's not going to make you obey the Spirit. You got to decide, do I want to obey the Spirit? That's your free will. But if you do, look what's in store. John 10:10. For those who just came in, John 10:10. The Satan wants to destroy. Jesus wants to bless, wants to grant you abundant life. So what he means here, and please make sure you ask questions. We're talking about living your best life. See, you get to choose what kind of life you want. You and only you. Nobody can choose your life for you. You making choices. You deciding. You decide if I want to be happy or if I want to be sad. Agree or disagree? I hear people say to me all the time, Brother Pope, Sister Smith made me happy. I'm sorry, sad. I said, no, she didn't. She said, what you mean? I said, no, she didn't. She did what she did. She said what she said. You chose to be sad. Brother Pope, Brother John, he made me mad. No, he didn't. He said what he said. He did what he did. You chose to get mad. Agree or disagree? The choice is always yours. You are never, give me an example where you are without choice. Give me an example where you are without choice. I can think of one example, and I'll share that with you. I can only think of one place where you're going to be where you are without choice. And it's only one place that I can think of. You guys can help me because I might be missing one. Anybody got an example? Give me a place where you at a situation where you have no say in the matter. Only thing I can come up with is prison. And that one's not complete, and I'm going to show you why. Because even in prison, they can tell you when to get up, when to eat, and when to sleep. But they can't tell you to get angry. You ain't got to agree with me. They can tell you when to get up. They can tell you when to sleep, when to use the bathroom. But they can't make you angry. Who disagrees? We can debate it. That's what we do. We debate. The Bible says in Acts 15, there was much disputing. There's nothing wrong with that. We debate. We just do it respectfully. You don't have to agree with anything I say. I just ask you to evaluate it. If it makes sense, fine. If it doesn't, it's like water on a duck's back. If I say anything that's no value to you, you just let it roll off and keep on stepping. They can incarcerate you, but they can't incarcerate your mind. Agree or disagree? They can incarcerate this body. They can't incarcerate this mind. Nobody can make you angry. Nobody. They say what they say. They do what they do. You choose to be angry. Who disagrees with that? Nobody makes you angry. You don't know what they did. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You don't know what they said. Doesn't matter. You decided to get angry about it. I got proof. I can have two different people say the same thing to you. One person you angry, the other person you don't even care. They said the exact same thing to you. Yes. Yes, that is correct. Jesus had a choice. The same, I can have two different people, and put it to the test, can say the exact same thing to you. One person, you ready to lay your religion down. Oh, you guys don't know what that means? My grandmother used to say, don't make me lay my religion down. Now, if you don't know what that means, raise your hand. I'm explaining it to you. Anybody, you don't know what it means? Okay, what it means is when we are guided by the Spirit, we're supposed to be spiritual. We're supposed to be love. Is that true or not true? So what she meant was, I'm going to lay this down. I'm not going to be love right now. I'm not going to be love right now because I got to get with you. And then when she's finished getting with you, she picked the love up and she would say, I'm sorry, baby. She kick into that grandmama mode. So she would get with me, but no love. And then after she finished, she would say, baby, I'm so sorry. She laid her religion down. Laying your religion down is, as a believer, you have to forgive people no matter what they do. True or not true? True or not true? This stuff ain't for the faint at heart. Christianity is not for the faint at heart. Now, so what she's meant was, I'm not forgiving you right now because I laid my religion down. I ain't listening to Jesus. I'm not listening to Jesus, and I'm not forgiving you because I'm not trying to hear nothing. The young people say, talk to the hand. I'm not forgiving you because I laid my religion down. Because if I'm walking in religion, I got to forgive you. Am I making sense? So it's about choices. So Jesus says that I want to give you an abundant life. What he didn't say, it was going to be easy. Who has the easy button? Is it Staples or Office? Which one of them? One of them got the easy button. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Is it Staples? One of them has the easy button. It's either Staples or Office Depot. Office Depot. They got the easy button. There's no easy button in Christianity. So you are, every day of your life, you're making choices. So you are saying, I'm going to be mad or I'm going to not be mad. Agree or disagree? Every day of your life. I'm going to be happy or I'm going to be sad. I'm going to rejoice or I'm going to worry. These are all choices that you make. Nobody making you make those choices. It has nothing to do with your situation. See, you have an enemy. His name is Satan. And he told you that every time somebody does X, you're supposed to do Y. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because you are never without choice. Give me an example where you don't have a say in the matter. Give me an example where you have absolutely no say. And then we're going to delete that phrase that many of, not, I don't know about you, but I've heard people say, we're going to delete this because it's a lie. People say to me, Satan made me do it. I don't know if y'all heard that before. That's a lie. Satan didn't make you do anything. Because I would ask him, did he put a gun to your head? No. You just decided to do it. He didn't make you. You chose it. Now, he presented the option. See, that's real. You'll see on one side the little man, God. This is real. And you see Satan. You guys seen that before? That's real for all of us. And you got to make a decision. Every time you get mad, you chose to be mad. Who disagrees with that? Every time you were angry, nobody made you angry. They did what they did. They said what they said. I worked in a homeless shelter. And I don't know if anybody here has ever worked in a homeless shelter, but I worked in a homeless shelter, and the man was drunk, and I told him he couldn't stay because at this shelter you cannot stay if you are intoxicated. He said, what time you get off? I got off at 1 a.m. I said, I get off at 1 a.m. And I can't say what he said because I'm up in the church. But he said at 1 a.m. I'm going to be out in front. I can't tell y'all what he said because I'm in church. He said, 1 o'clock I'm going to be out in front because I got something for you. Is what he told me. So at 1 o'clock, I was right out there looking for him. You know why? Matthew 10:28. Don't fear him who can destroy your body, but rather fear him who can destroy your soul in hell. And if it was that night for me to die, so be it. Because if it's not that night, I know people that have been shot 6 times and didn't die. I know people have been shot 6 times. And the doctor said, you should be dead. The doctor said, I don't know why you are not dead. The doctor don't know God. The doctor don't know God. God said, not today. This is real. This is real. So I had a choice to make. I can get mad at that man or not really care what he said. He was drunk. The next day he came back to the shelter and he said, Mr. Pope, I'm so sorry. I said, you good? You was drunk. You good? You good? You good? You good? I learned this. I've had these men get in my face. And I don't know if people, they cuss me out from head to toe. They got a phrase called, you can cuss like a sailor. I don't know if y'all know about that. So the man cussed me out. And he's threatened me. He threatened me. What he gonna do? Long as you don't touch me, I'm good. But if you touch me, I turn into Malcolm by any means necessary. I'm sorry. If you touch me. Now, if you don't touch me, I'm good. You can say anything to me you want. I don't care what you say. If you touch me, I click into Malcolm by any means necessary, because it's going to be you or me. Yes, sir. I love it. I love it, Brother Smith. I love it. I'm saving the state some money. I love it. Can I use that one? I got another one for you. My uncle told me. He said what they would say. He was in the military, and people would say, I'm in a church, so I got to say it clean. Beat you up. Beat you up. So he said they would look at a person and say, I might not want to be beat up today. You might want to think about that, because I just might not want to be beat up today. The point of it all is you are never without choice. What do you think? Give me an example other than prison. Now, in prison, they can tell you when to get up, when to sleep, when to use the bathroom, but they still can't make you mad. You disagree or agree. We can debate anything we talk about, saints, because we all got a mind, we all got an opinion. They can't make you mad. They can tell you when to get up, when to go to sleep, when to use the bath, but you can decide I'm going to be mad about it or I'm not. Agree or disagree? You are never without choice. So, Jesus says, I'm going to give you the power to make spiritual choices. Because all day long, it's spiritual or physical. It's physical or spiritual. Every one of your decisions are one of the two. Did I see a hand? Yes. I love it. I love it. I'm running in my mind. I love it. Now, we're in John 10:10. So life is about making choices. So in Christianity, we take full responsibility. Why? I want you guys, we won't get a chance to get into it tonight. We'll deal with it. Let me make a note. Next week. This week, I want you to read 2 Corinthians 5:10. We'll get into it next week because I only have so much time. And it says, we all will stand before the judgment seat of Christ. You're going to stand one day before the judgment seat of Christ, and you're going to have to give an account of everything you said or did. We'll get into it next week. And God does not accept excuses, nor does he accept blame. God will always and only hold you responsible for you. You got a comment, brother?
Yes, when in the Garden of Gethsemane, when the soldier came to get Jesus, Jesus told them, "Don't you know that I can pray to my Father, He'll be more than glad to give me 12 legions?"
Yes, correct.
But he didn't ask for the 12 legions. He did what God sent him.
Correct. He made a choice. Life is all about making a choice. So if we learn this principle, we're going to become empowered because people make excuses. Humans make excuses and they place blame. True or not true? Humans make excuses and they place blame. And it's really worse today. So we don't live like that. We take full responsibility. When I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I just say I didn't do it. And I'm not making any excuses. I'm not placing any blame. I just didn't feel like doing it. Because when you make excuses and place blame, you give up your power. Because you're always responsible. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. God's going to always hold you accountable for what you did. So to be powerful, you're always responsible because you're going to have to answer. Now, I've done some stuff, and I'm like, ooh, Lord, I don't know what the price of that is going to be. Am I the only one? I got some stuff. I'm like, Lord, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to have to pay for that one, but I'm going to have to just wait and pay for it. They used to say you got to pay the piper. I don't know if y'all familiar with that. You familiar with that one? You got to pay the piper? So, now, the way it works, John 10:10. So Jesus came to give you an abundant. He died on the cross. True or not true? He did not. I need to know what you think. Jesus Christ did not die on the cross and give his life for you to live a mediocre life. Do you think that Jesus Christ sacrificed his life? That's a cruel death. Crucifixion is cruel. They will put you on a cross. They would drive the stakes through your hands and your feet. Your body is like this, and what happens is you die because you can't breathe anymore. Is what happens. Because what happens is they break your legs, and then when they break your legs, your body is down like this on the cross, and you doing everything in your power to stay like this, and your lungs, they can't handle it, and you stop breathing. It's cruel, and it takes a little bit of time before it actually happens. So because the natural thing is on a cross, you're going to do like this because you want to take that pressure off of your lungs because you got to breathe. Does that make sense? And so they break your legs so you can't stand up as much. And you hang there for hours before you die because you can't breathe anymore. They reserved that form of death for the worst criminals. Now, I need you to tell me how many crimes or sins did Jesus commit? Hebrews chapter 4. We have a high priest who was tempted in all places like we are. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 14 through 16. Yet without sin. Jesus never sinned. He died a horrible death. And I need to know what you think about this. Did he die that horrible death for you to live a mediocre life? Yes or no? Yes or no? Did Christians say, I'm making it? I don't understand. Did Jesus Christ die on the cross for you to make it? Christians say, I'm holding on. I don't know if y'all ever heard it, but Christians say, I'm holding on. Did Jesus Christ die so you can just hold on? He gave his life just for you to hold on? I don't think so. He says, I came to give you life and give it more abundantly. Now, what that means is, raise your hand. I've been blessed to sail on the Atlantic Ocean. Raise your hand. You ever sailed on the Atlantic Ocean? Okay. For those of you who have sailed on the Atlantic Ocean, let's see, I'm not good at math. I have to cheat. Math has never been my forte. All right. How many gallons of water are in the Atlantic Ocean? Come on. I'm not good at math, so I got to use calculator. How many gallons of water is in the Atlantic Ocean, saints? Innumerable. Unable to count. Who in here has taken off their shoes and walked on a beach? I've been to Cancun, and I took my shoes off, and it's beautiful. And I walked on the beach, and when it's hot, anybody raise your hand? Any beach in the world. Raise your hand if you walked on the beach with no shoes on. Now, okay, I got my calculator because math is not my forte. Let me get this right. Okay. How many grains of sand is on the beach? Come on now, I got my calculator. I got to use the calculator because I'm not good at math. How many grains of sand on the beach? Innumerable. You can't count. Check it out. You should have so much joy in your life that you should be able to give it away and still have more than you could ever use. You see, Elon Musk can give everyone in this room $1 million and still have more money than he could ever use. He can give every single one of us. You guys understand this? $1 million. And he would still be worth billions. He has more money than he could ever use in his lifetime. You should have, Jesus died so that you would have so much joy, that you can generate so much joy in your life, you can give away all your joy, and you still have more than you will ever use. Jesus died so you would have so much peace. This is what he means by came to give you life more abundantly. Let me ask you a question. Can you live an abundant life without joy? It's a question, saints. Can you live an abundant life without joy? Jesus says, I came to give you so much joy that you can give all yours away and it just keeps coming back. And you got more. I thought I gave all that away and I woke up, I had more joy. You got to generate it, though. But you have unlimited joy. I got T-Mobile, and I got unlimited text and data. I can use as much text and data as I want. It's unlimited. Abundant life means all the things that you need to have an abundant life, and if you don't know what they are, give me a call, and I'm going to tell you what they are. You have so much of this stuff that you can give all you have away, and you still have more than you ever need. You should have so much love that you can never run out of love. You get more love, more peace, more joy, more patience, more faith, more resilience, more determination. All the things that you need to live an abundant life, Jesus says, I came to give you those things in an abundant manner. You can never count how much. You got to tell me when I'm not making sense. So Jesus didn't die for you to hold on. You got the wrong Jesus, not my Jesus. He didn't die for you to make it, not my Jesus. He didn't die for you to live a mediocre life. That's not why he died. He died for you to have an abundant life. So much so that people should be able to look at you and they know that you got fired. And the next day, your mother died. And the next day, you were diagnosed with terminal cancer. The people know that. They know that. They like, wow. But they came over your house to talk to you. They heard about all this. And they feel bad for you. And when they left your house, they made you feel good. This has happened to me. I went to see people in the hospital trying to cheer them up. They cheered me up. I felt sorry for them. I left out the hospital. I'm saying to myself, wait, what happened? Wait a minute. Brother Felton, what happened? I went to cheer them up, and I feel better because I went to the hospital. So, Sister Miles, it don't add up. You see, no matter what happens to you when you walk with the Lord, you looking at it through spiritual eyes. See, cancer doesn't transition into glory. That's cancer going to be left on earth. You see, unemployment, it don't transition into glory. You need money down here. Of course you do. But you don't need any money up there. So what happens is I'm not depressed because I'm not just dependent on Zachary. They laid me off. My mother died, and I got cancer. Oh, okay. 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 So, oh, no problem. No problem. That's okay. So, you guys got to tell me if I'm not making sense. So, what happens is we are making a choice. So, and we got to keep this stuff real. So, Jesus came to give us an abundant life, but he never said that you would never get fired. See, I've been laid off before. Rachel had been laid off. Okay. So, Jesus never said you'll never get laid off. Jesus never, show me where Jesus said that. Jesus said, he never said you won't get a terminal disease. Jesus never said you wouldn't get cancer. Where did he say that? Now, husbands, now get this straight. Husbands never mess up, but wives mess up sometimes. Jesus never said that the husband's going to always act right. Give me book, chapter, and verse. Jesus never said the wife is going to always act right. Give me book, chapter, and verse. Jesus never said the kid's going to always act right. Jesus never said the boss, my last boss, I wanted to take him in the backyard. Y'all don't know nothing about this. But we used to say, meet me in the back. You know about that one? You know about that one? You don't know nothing about that. Meet me in the back. So, see, meet me in the back. And then when I'm finished, I'm going to come back in the front and put my religion back on. So, even though you deal with death, it's how you look at it. Two people could lose a loved one, but their response is totally different. Because we are not people without hope. Am I making sense? So you should have all the things you need to live an abundant life. Unfortunately, you still going to have some death. You still going to have some disappointment. You still going to have some sin. People ain't going to always act right. I was at a church, and a brother asked me if he could borrow $275. Now listen, the key word is borrow. And thank God I had the money. I had the money. Didn't really know this brother, but I had the money. And I loaned. The key word is loan. Loan. Now, somewhere in the process, I don't know if y'all can relate to any of this, but the loan became a gift. Maybe y'all don't experience, that may not happen down south. That may not happen down south. But the loan became, and I was starting to think to myself, I don't remember that conversation we had where that became a gift. I never got my money back. But guess what? Abundant life. God has given me that 275 7 times over. Why? Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. But you may not reap it from the person you sowed with. That's not how, he didn't say that part. I've received that $275 7 times over. And then when the brother stopped coming to my church. Because every time I would look at him, at first I would say, brother, when do I get my $275 back? Because you may have forgot, but I didn't forget. Even though I could afford it, that's a nice little piece of change. Then eventually, he would avoid. Y'all don't understand none of this. He would avoid me. Y'all don't understand none of this. And then eventually, he stopped coming. Now, I had a choice to make. I can be mad at him. Is that an option? I'm asking, is that an option? But I didn't choose that. I forgave him. And I don't even care. I remember, but I don't care about that $275. I haven't seen that man in 30 years. May never see him again. Because, see, God has given me that 7 times over. It came from somebody else, though. Because I've had people bless me. I've had little old ladies in the church come up to me, I'm preaching, and she would put something in my hand. And my mentor, and I would feel bad. I'll look up, it's a $50 bill in there. So I called my mentor and I said, Sister, I'm just giving you a name, but the point is the same. Sister Williams gave me $50. Should I give it back? He said, absolutely not. He said, that sister wanted to bless you, and you just say thank you. That's what he told me. So now I'm down to $225 because I got 50. I'm telling you, people have blessed me. So God says, you got a choice to make. When them brothers at the mission cussed me out, I just said, you know what I say to people when they do stuff to me? When I say cuss me out, they were saying, meet me, I'm going to meet you in the back, so we clear what I'm saying. They were saying, I'm going to meet you in the back. What time you get off? 1 o'clock. I'll meet you in the back. Do y'all know what meet you in the back means? An hour. And then I got good at it. Brother Smart got good at it. This really upsets, this ticks people off now. I got good at it. I say, thanks for sharing. Ooh, they get mad. I just told him I'm going to beat his behind, and he said, thanks for sharing. But see, I'm a believer. There's something different about me. You're supposed to look at me and say, that don't make no sense. I told him to meet me in the back, and he said, thanks for sharing. Is he drunk? Maybe they need the breath. We used to have to breathalyze them. Don't come up in here, was it 0.8? Is that the legal limit? What's wrong with him? See, we're different. See, Jesus says that I came to give you life and give it more abundantly. I want you to take a moment and think about all the precious moments you wasted being angry. Just think for a moment. Now, the Bible says, you shall know the truth and the what? So let's be honest, because I've spent a lot of time being angry. I'm only speaking for me. I have wasted precious moments being angry. Am I the only one? Now, what I want you to do is everybody get a piece of paper and a pencil. Get a piece of paper and a pencil. And I need you to write down all the benefits you gain from being angry. We're talking about abundant living. Abundant living. So take a piece of paper and a piece. I'm sorry, I got to back up. Raise your hand if you ever been angry. Some of y'all better put your feet up. Some of y'all, Some of you, I seen the video, put your feet up. You went through the drive-through at McDonald's. I got you. And they forgot to put your fries in the bag. You got home and you was furious. You went back up there. I need to talk to the manager. You was fuming about some French fries. Some French fries. I've been there because I love McDonald's French fries. Now, write down all the benefits you get from being angry. Write them down. Write them down. And even though we get nothing from it, we do it, we get angry over. Correct me when I'm wrong, and over. I'm guilty too, and over. Am I right or wrong? And you get nothing from it. That's why we need Jesus. See, people talk about I don't need no Jesus. You need some Jesus. I don't say it, but I be thinking, you especially need some Jesus. See, everybody in here knows somebody that you know is special. We call it special. And you know you need some Jesus. You know anybody that really needs some Jesus? Raise your hand if you know somebody that needs some Jesus. Oh, I love it. Say it again. Say it again, Sister Miles. See, I love Sister Miles. She said she needs some Jesus. So to live an abundant life is to stop wasting precious moments being angry when you get nothing from it. Now, I had to grow. This took me years to get this. It took me years to get this because I'm not going to lie. I have gone back to McDonald's to get my fries, and sister, God forgive me, I laid my religion down. I'm going to be honest. And then I got to the car, and as I was eating them hot fries, I said, Jesus, forgive me. Because I said some stuff to the manager. I shouldn't have. That was not Jesus. Hey, have you guys ever had a thought, and you said to yourself, that was not Jesus? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Some of y'all better put your feet up. I was driving in my car. This is abundant living. A young man pulled in front of me, hit his brakes, I almost hit him. He was mad at me because I took too long from getting out of his way. So they got a name for it, I forget what it's called. But he slammed, what is it called? So and I almost hit him, and I got a semi on my back. I'm in church, upset. I followed that man for about 2 miles. He was speeding, I'm getting him. And the thing that's so ridiculous is I didn't have, thank you, say it again. Nothing. But I'm mad. I could have been killed. So sister, at this point, I laid my religion down, and I'm on him. So y'all don't know nothing about this, but I punched it. You ever punched it? But then the spirit, this is the spirit. The spirit said, fool, what you doing? Did the spirit ever talk to you? The spirit said, fool, what are you doing? And then, like the prodigal son, I came to myself. I got off the freeway. I went to Dunkin' Donuts to relax. I hate that donut. I said, Musa. And I love me some coffee. I got my coffee in my blueberry donut. Now, between me and you, I don't know if y'all can keep secrets. I wasn't supposed to have that blueberry donut. So I got the blueberry donut at Dunkin' Donuts. I said, Musa. I got back on the freeway and went to work, and it just felt so good. But I was upset. You ever been upset? Raise your hand if you ever been upset. See, this is how God works. So having an abundant life is we still experience everything that non-believers do. We experience every single thing that non-believers do. The difference is how we respond. There you go. How we respond. See, for us, when you take my 275, that was a loan, and you convert it to a gift. See, y'all looking at me like y'all don't understand that, but this happened to me. So you took my 275 that was a loan, but you converted it to a gift, but I still love you. Now I'm asking for my money. Don't get it twisted. I still want my money. And I should have took them to Judge Judy. But I didn't have any proof. I didn't have a promissory note. I didn't have no kind of agreement. And Judge Judy gonna say, "Get out of my court. You're wasting my time." And I thought about it. I said, next time I'm gonna have to sign your name on the line, because I didn't have any proof. I couldn't prove that I loaned that man $207. The difference is the way I'm living an abundant life. See, I'm not gonna waste time being mad. Now I haven't mastered this yet. I'm gonna be honest, but I can see I'm getting better at it. Am I making sense? I find that I don't get mad as quickly. Does anybody relate to what I'm talking about? And I don't hold it as long. See, my man on the car incident, when that first piece of blueberry donut went in my mouth, it was like Musa. Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. So abundant living in Christianity, we have the same experiences as everybody else. The difference is because of Holy Spirit power and our obedience to it, and because of the work we're doing on ourselves, we respond to it differently. Am I making sense? So we're going to finish this. I got 5 minutes, and we're going to stop at 7, because I would never disrespect your time. So I made a note. I'm going to pick up what I want y'all to do. We're talking about living your best life through the teachings of Christ. Now, when this series, I've done this series several times, and when this series gets powerful, this is when it's going to get powerful. When you bring me something you struggling with, this is a no judgment-free zone. And you can write it on a piece of paper, and it can be anonymous. And then I'm going to show you how to live your best life in that situation. Am I making sense? Now, if you're not comfortable with other people knowing, that's fine. Just write it down on a piece of paper, and it's anonymous. But I'm going to show you. This is when it gets powerful and it gets personal. My teachers would always say, Zachary, when you can take this concept and you can put it in your own words, it's yours. That's when it's yours. Does that make sense? Now, understand the concept. Now I can put it in words that I understand. My words, now it's mine. When you take the teachings of Christ and you put them in your own words, they become yours. And so now I'm finding that I don't get mad as easily. But I can have a person to look me in the face and tell me to meet them out back, and now I can say, thanks for sharing. I can actually say that now. And as long as they don't touch me, we good. We are good. We good. But there was a time in my walk, well, if you had told me to meet you out back, I'd say, come on. Because tonight, I don't want to be beat up. Because I think it's kind of foolish to threaten somebody you know nothing about. You don't know where I've been. I've had active shooter training. I was trained to look at a person while you telling me to meet you out back. Stand up, Mr. Brother Urban, stand up. I've been trained while you telling me to meet you out back. I'm already looking at you. I'm looking for my targets. I'm not saying anything. I'm listening to you. You telling me to meet you out back. What I'm doing is I'm looking for targets. You don't know this. I'm looking for targets. I'm looking for targets. I already know where I'm going to strike. See, I've had active shooter training. I know how to neutralize an individual. I've also had training in the academy. A lot of people don't know this. I've had training in the cat. They don't know it. You can sit down. They don't know it. So it's foolish to threaten somebody that you know nothing about. I've had active children. I've been trained in an academy. I know how to neutralize a human being. I know how to do it. And trust me, if you hit me, I'm taking you out. And then I'm going to say, Jesus, forgive me. Oh, gee. When the ambulance come to get him, when the paramedics come to get him, I'm going to say, oh, Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, can I get to heaven, Jesus? Now, I'm never going to start it. I will never bother anybody. I've never bothered a human being in my life. But if you hit me, Jesus, forgive me, because I'm taking you out. You know nothing about me. I have been trained to neutralize human beings. I don't tell people that usually. The other thing you don't know about me is I have Agent Orange from Vietnam. I have 3rd degree PTSD, and I have bipolar to the 9th degree. Don't tell anybody. And as my sister says, I'm 3 sandwiches short of a picnic. And you can't look at me and tell that my family grew up on spades. Anybody ever play spades? And there's 52 cards in the deck. I only have 46 cards in my deck. So don't mess with me, because I'm missing a few cards. Don't mess with me. I'm bipolar. I got PTSD. I've been exposed to Agent Orange. I'm 3 sandwiches short of a picnic, and I only got 46 cards in my deck. I don't advise you to mess with me. All right, we got to shut it down. Second Corinthians 5:10. Now, this is when the rubber hits the road. I need you to start bringing me. We're going to keep walking through this. We're going to find issues, but it doesn't do me any good to be up here talking about issues that's not relevant to you. Am I right or wrong? It doesn't do me any good to talk about issues that have no relevance to you. You can do anonymous. You say, Brother Pope, what about forgiveness? I got you. I'm going to show how you can live an abundant life even though you're struggling with forgiveness. What about fear? I'm going to show you how you can live an abundant life even though you're struggling with fear. What about death? I'm going to show you how you can live an abundant life even though you're struggling with death. But you got to decide what you want to share. See, then the way this works is you say, Brother Pope, what we going to do? We're going to deal with next week. We're going to deal with relationships. So you got a coworker, family member that's struggling in relationships. Why don't you come to church? Because we're talking about relationships next Tuesday. What you think? Brother Pope, I'm struggling with forgiveness. Why don't you come to church? We're talking about forgiveness next week. That's how this works. I got to close because I got to keep my word. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pray, and then I'm going to extend the invitation real quick. Father, we humbly bow before your throne. We thank you so much for this day. I thank you so much for blessing, keeping, guiding, and strengthening in us. And Father, I just pray that you work with me, Father. Work with me. Give me the words to say that I might speak. Colossians 4:16, that I might speak to and to my brothers and sisters listening. The good book says that I might be given the words that I need to say, because I don't always know. God, strengthen and keep us, enlighten and protect us in the mighty name of Jesus, amen. If you don't know Jesus and the pardon of your sin, all you got to do is come. Come believing, hearing, repenting, confessing. Give Jesus your life. Give me your hand, and God will bless you.
Lord, I will give my all to you.
God is blessing the ways
I give my all to you. Right now I pray, Lord, you will hear my prayer and grant me